Y'all want this party started right? Or do y'all want this party started quickly? That's right. Set it off, I suggest. I don't know why that's the song that popped in my head the moment I popped on the screen. And this is the second video I've made today. And I'm not really sure why there is like this pinkish, brownish, reddish hue over me. Oh, okay. It's something with the autofocus. Okay. Never mind. Nevertheless, what's going on, y'all? Happy Wednesday. Thank y'all for bearing with me, taking a day off yesterday. I had some business going on, but I hope that me doing a 30-minute Shannon Sharpe video for y'all today that is actually performing extremely well, that helped pacify y'all a little bit. Let me tell y'all something. That Shannon Sharpe video that I did, like overwhelmingly, the response is doing so well. Baby, I might have to start moving over there in that Amanda Seals, Tezlyn Figaro, Sister Soldier. You know what I'm saying? I might need to start kind of moving on over there and coming up and speaking my Afrikeisha Black Lives Matter shit. Because, baby, I said that. Okay, baby, if I ain't never said nothing, if I ain't never broke nothing down in my life, baby, I said, how many of y'all saw the Shannon Sharpe video? Put me in the chat if you seen, baby. I ain't never said nothing like that as good as I broke that damn thing down. Baby, I broke that thing down so, man, even the black men ain't even try to come fight me. I just knew the niggas was gonna come fight me because I'm black and I'm gay like this and not like this. I knew they was gonna try to fight me. They ain't even trying to fight me. They like, yep, he said that. If you have not seen my full video on the Shannon Sharpe thing, go over there to YouTube. And just so you have a little heads up, I'm not even delving into necessarily the story about the boy and the girl. It's more a think piece on what makes black men. The video is called "Black Men Need to Be Honest About Their Attraction to Young White Women." That's the angle by which I recorded that video. That one is going to win me a Pulitzer Prize. Because, baby, I said that. Okay. What else we got going on? Let me see what this link up here. What's this link? We got it all going on. Oh, we got the cruise under control. We got the cruise back up under control. Legra had it all going on. Somebody who was rich like this and not like this had bought out the boat after we thought we was going to do our original day. The link has officially gone live for Funky Bunch Cruise 2026. It will be May 2nd through the 7th. May 2nd through the 7th is the Funky Bunch Cruise. You can go to the link in my Instagram bio, click it. We already have 150 people from last year's cruise. I need to change this background too, because honey, I'm not fabulous like this. I'm more butch now. I'm a boy. We already got 150 people from the last cruise already booked. For any of you guys who are curious about what room that was, I had the mega rock star posh suite. But if you want any of those luxury rooms like that, any rock star room or above, y'all go ahead. I think it only requires like $100 and something, $150 to sign up for the cruise. But also remember, same thing this year as last year. The cruise is one thing. The Funky Dineva experience is another. Once you go book your cruise, you need to come back to the website and book the Funky Dineva experience. If you want to hug on me and touch on me and try to get in between my legs and in my butt. Do you understand? Do you understand? That's that on that. That's that on the cruise. Y'all gonna be hearing about the cruise all year. And Oliver should and was supposed to have, now that doesn't thought about it, Oliver, now I'm finna cuss your raggedy mother effing ass out, because let me make this thing big so his big wide booty, big nipple ass can hear me. Oliver, when I spoke to you last over the weekend, when you told me you organized the footage from the cruise, and I asked you, how soon can I expect to have the recap video for the cruise so that people can have it? You told me, you was like, I'll probably get it done Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday at the latest. It is the latest, and the people ain't got it. Y'all keep mentioning this damn Detroit shirt. It was Down to the Bar Tampa. I forgot her name. But email me if you seeing this. I just want to say thank you, and I want to put a face to it. We were Down to the Bar Tampa, and a member of the Funky Bunch walked in, and that heifer had the nerve to give me this damn Detroit shirt because she know I don't mess with people from Detroit. She was a member of the Funky Bunch, real pretty girl. She walked in and said she got this shirt in Detroit and gave it to me as a gift while I was upstate. You know what? You know why I'm wearing the Motor City shirt tonight? Because now I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I did a little piece of edible earlier this afternoon because I forgot I had this damn job. So I'm high. And since I'm high, I'm going to be ratchet, and that fit in with Detroit. So Detroit, this is the one day of the year and probably life that y'all ever going to get some credit out of me. And it's all because I'm high. And it's all because I'm high. Shouts out to everybody in dirty Detroit, baby. All right. Let's just jump right on in to the show. We got a very small political corner that's going to end on a very funny note. Get into this, honey. The White House assesses ways to persuade women to have more children. Proposals include a gold medal to women with 6 or more kids and a $5,000 baby bonus to new moms or more. According to a report by the New York Times, one proposal would give new moms a $5,000 baby bonus after giving birth, and another would set aside 30% of Fulbright scholarships for people who are married or have kids. There's also talks about using government money to teach women how to track their menstrual cycles so they can better understand when they are most likely to get pregnant, yada, 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 yada. And let me tell y'all something. I'm not going to lie to you. When people used to say things back in the day like, oh, you know, white people don't want abortion because they're worrying about their numbers are low and, oh, they're dwindling. I never really believed that, right? I honestly thought that those were paranoid Black people who were conspiracy theorists. Now I understand, that these people are trying to do everything in their power to slow the white dispossession of America. This country is becoming increasingly not even black and brown. It's becoming increasingly brown as we go on and on and on. And it's funny because I never realized, and now it's making perfect sense to me. Now it makes perfect sense as to why they are targeting Latino people as hard as they are targeting them. Like, ain't it weird when you have an aha moment? You know what I'm saying? Latin people, per numbers, are the ones who are multiplying the most in this country, followed by everybody else that is black and brown. And these people are doing everything in their power to try to slow the white dispossession of this country. This is not a fear, a paranoia, and anxiety, or a conversation that Black people have, right? I am 41 years old, and I've never heard anybody say, ooh, child, I'm worried about our dwindling birth rates. Ooh, child, our numbers are running low. I don't even begin to know how to feel any type of fear or emotion surrounding the statistic that birth rates within our situation is declining. Furthermore, I don't know that the average Black person would give a damn if Black people stopped being born in this country. I really don't know that we'd give a damn. I really don't know that we would give a damn. And I guess, you know what? I guess God damn it. This weed got me having so many epiphanies. What I was about to say was, I guess we wouldn't give a damn because we really don't give a damn about this land. And this is not our land at all. However, my next state of mind was, if I was in a country or a continent in Africa that was my country and my people were dying and another group of people would eventually take over, it would bother me. Root my country, possession. White people feel that this is their country. Damn, this reefer got these goddamn brain smart boy molecules. It's the fact that they look at this country as theirs, their possession, why it's bothering them so much and ain't bothering nobody else. we wouldn't give a damn if we was never born no more on the face of the United States, because it's a whole bunch of us that exist in another place. All right, it's all connecting for me. I don't know that I would. Somebody said yes, we would. No, I don't know that I give a damn. Moving right along, honey. MAGA mammy Candace Owens is trying to come back to the picnic. MAGA mammy, I call her MAGA mammy. MAGA mammy Candace Owens. She don't realize that she can't get none of her friends on the phone. Donald Trump didn't give her a job like he gave Omarosa. They closed the door on her and revoked her credentials down to the White House. And now she's softly signaling that MAGA mammy want to bring her ass back on over here where we at, and we ain't damn having it. Take a listen.
Administration is fighting against free speech in America. And that is very sad for me to say and to report as someone who has been a supporter of Donald Trump. We cannot allow our rights to be infringed upon. And if you think it's going to stop with college campuses, you're out of your mind. So you better buck up and root for Harvard University in this fight. You better hope that they defeat the Trump administration and this absurd definition. They even include parts of the Bible. They're like, you can't say that the Jews had anything to do with Christ, killing Christ. Which is, you know what that is? It's not anti-Semitism, it's anti-Catholic. The Trump administration is fighting against
MAGA mammy. You know, it's so beautiful because when you black like this and not like this, we just have a sixth sense and we are able to see through so much bullshit. I don't even know this lady. I ain't even got this lady on the line ever, and I can already tell y'all what the hell going on around here. And I'm going to tell you how I can tell what's going on right now. The fact that there's an argument that some people are trying to make where it's like, oh, well, you know, she's not blindly devoted to him. Like, she's just telling the truth. You can still support someone and tell the truth. No. That's why if the Trump administration doesn't stop, she's upset. Candace is upset that things didn't go her way. And now she is barking back. And it's a low-key threat. I'm going to now use my platform to exercise my upset with the Trump administration. Bitch, you the one who told us to vote for him. You, baby, he was infringing on our rights at the campaign level. MAGA mammy, what is you talking about? Man, somebody going around there and see about that hoe because she done lost her damn mind. He was infringing upon our rights. Before he was getting out, everything he was talking about was one big right infringement. And this Harvard University is the one thing that summons your ass into the light. Harvard University is now when you stepped into the light, Caroline, this man been infringing on every damn thing, including public decency, and you was all with it, MAGA mammy. When MAGA mammy thought she was going to get a new dress and a pocketbook to go down to the balls, she was with it. MAGA mammy can't get in the White House past the gift shop. Now she regular fish like the rest of us, and she don't know what to do with it. So now all of a sudden, you cool because you critiquing a girl. We ain't buying it, Candace. We ain't taking back political traitors, and we ain't taking back black men that found comfort with white women's. That day and time is over for the black community. MAGA mammy, you and Miss Netta, aka Shannon Sharp, y'all can take y'all ass to hell over there with Kanye West crazy ass and start y'all own community of MAGA mammies and Sambos. We don't want it. We don't need it. We don't want it. Y'all not the niggas for it. Okay? I tell Kim Kardashian, drop them kids over there on the weekends. But MAGA mammy, Shannon Sharp, and whoever else the hell I said, go on Kanye West and go. Y'all can build igloos out of hay, bitch, and talk about all the stuff y'all want to talk about. Now, this last political corner story is funny as all hell, and it's coming out of Florida, bitch. Florida woman posed as an ICE agent to kidnap her ex-boyfriend's wife from down to her job. Now, bitch, could you imagine being a nigga lover and his secretary? 11 years out of my life. But you ain't necessarily legal in the country. He stepped out with you on a bitch that show up to your job as ICE and have you scared that you about to get deported. Baby, first of all, hell has no fury like a woman scorned. Okay? This is the lowest type of nasty. Baby, this nasty right here might be worse than the worst racism. This is an old 10th class citizen type of nasty bitch. She's this is low down to scare. So first of all, that man wife went right there and got that man wife. And baby, if I was that man wife, oh baby, that man wouldn't even have no kneecaps no more after I got home and machete hacked his ass up and sold his ass on the corner of the street like Pollo Tropical. Get into this doggone story, y'all.
Sheriff's investigators are releasing more details about a woman accused of impersonating an Immigration's Customs Enforcement officer. This is 50-year-old LaTrance Battle. Deputies arrested Battle on Friday, April 11th, the day after she allegedly tried to arrest someone else. Bay County Sheriff's Office officials say Battle showed up at the victim's job, identifying herself as an ICE agent, wearing a black shirt with ICE printed on the front, carrying a handheld radio and a Sheriff's Office business card. The woman, who is in the process of becoming a legal United States resident, told deputies she believed Battle was legitimate and got into a car with her. She claims she tried to call her husband and her lawyer, but Battle snatched away her phone. Officials say the victim became growingly concerned after they passed the sheriff's office and the jail. When they stopped at the Bridge Plaza apartment complex, the victim was able to escape, and a concerned citizen assisted in contacting authorities. This is Sheriff's Office body cam video of Battle's arrest. Bay County Sheriff's officials say this was a targeted incident.
Listen, y'all, this is another one of those things they need to make a movie out of, like they did the girl. Sure. First of all, LaTrance Battle, any bitch with the last name Battle, every bitch I went to school with who last name was Battle, they was bad, they was blight, they was big, and they knew how to fight real good. Okay? Every bitch I know with the last name Battle know how to fight real good. Okay? People with the last name Battle is crazy. Okay, and that is a spiritual reminder of where they DNA flow, bitch, from the battle of the front lines of Africa. You don't mess with nobody with the last name Battle. The big bad battle bitches know how to beat bitches backwards. Okay? No, ma'am. And then, you know what? After they arrested LaTrance Battle for doing that, they be arresting me for killing my husband because, baby, cheat on me respectfully. And please, you cheated on me and got me kidnapped. Not only did you cheat on me and got me kidnapped, you cheated on me, got me kidnapped, got me embarrassed at my job, and got me on the damn news. I am sorry. You can't live past that. There's no living. I would just have to, baby, it'll be a murder-suicide. It would just have to be a murder-suicide. We would have to reconvene this love affair at some point beyond the pearly gates because that's not happening like that. Don't got me not down to my job. Not down to my job. I'm going to skip the Tiger King story because we got a lot of stories to go through and Tezlyn coming on in 10 minutes. But, baby, this thing right here make you want to holler. Alabama police chief said Carlee Russell should not be getting her nails done while paying $18,000 restitution. Yes, God. First of all, the Alabama police chief, you real sassy. You real sassy, right? You real sassy. But because I don't really rock with Carlee Russell, this one of those sisters that I ain't really holding her hands. Ordinarily, I would be like, baby, when you owe thousands of dollars, and you $1,000, a little $80 full set ain't gonna put no dent in it. But no, since we don't fuck with this lady or her mammy, he absolutely right. Bitch, you shouldn't even be buying a 25-cent blow pop from the corner store, and you owe the state $18,000. No nails for you. No nails. And I also think they should do an audit of her phone and her account. No Uber Eats, no nails, no bundles, bitch, to scratch the bare minimum. The bare minimum. And if you really want to know the truth about it, no tea, no shade. If you really want to know the truth about it, from as long ago as that story was, them $18,000 should have been paid off already. From as long ago when this story was, them $18,000 should have already been paid off. Y'all need to put some of that payday and loan interest on that bitch. Okay? And be charging her ass 38% interest on it. We'll see how fast. This story was so many years ago. Honestly and truthfully, it shouldn't have took her no more than 2 years to pay them damn $18,000. Like, for real, girl. Somebody in the chat said at least half. At least half. I guess the people money is missing the same way your ass was, huh? Child. The FSU school shooter. That was a very interesting story because we found out that he got the gun from his mom, who was a police deputy. And that was concerning to me because I am of the belief that if ever you have a young child or a teenager or something of that sort who has these crazy racist ideas, it is obvious that your home was a breeding ground for such ideology. So when they said his mother was a police chief, I was like, a police officer, deputy. I was like, that is very interesting. But catch these teas. The grandmother of Phoenix Eichner, the alleged deadly shooter at Florida State University, blames his father, Christopher, and sheriff's deputy stepmother, Jessica, for influencing him negatively. Eichner's maternal grandmother, Susan Erickson, described them as rotten bastard people, claiming they negatively influenced Eichner and alienated Eichner from his mother, Anne Marie Erickson, during a bitter custody value. They taught him how to hunt. They're bigoted people. They hated a lot of people, she told the Daily Mail, and I believe every single damn word. I believe every single word. There is not a teenager alive walking around with that ideology that they did not get from their parents. You don't magically not be racist, turn 18, get out on your own, and then like between 18, 19, and 20, you learn racism. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. That was festered, fostered, promoted, and accommodated in your household. And that grandma ain't lying. That grandma ain't got no reason to lie because her grandson going to prison for the rest of his damn life. She ain't got no reason to lie. Somebody said KKK equal police. I'm with you when you're right. I am with you when you are right. Let me see where else I want to go with it. Let's see, y'all. Some of y'all can't even get married down here to the street. And the Tiger King don't mess around and got him a good man, Savannah. I mean, got him a good, cute man. Tiger King's Joe Exotic marries fellow prison inmate while serving 21-year sentence for murder plot. Meet my husband. Never been more proud. Okay, let me explain something to y'all here. And I'm not saying I want this to go. I ain't saying I want this to happen. But in the grand scheme of like how hard life could be, being in a minimum security prison with the love of your life, not having to worry about no shelter or food or providing for yourself and not having to work to provide, you know what I'm saying? Just really just going back and forth on the yard, doing busy work and just having unadulterated free time with the person that you love, that don't really sound like a bad setup. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't necessarily for me, but it don't sound like a bad setup. Think about it. This picture is indicative of the fact that unless it's AI, that they living good and in an easy prison. Think about it. When Martha Stewart was in that prison, she worked down to the kitchen. He probably worked down to the auto mechanic tag place. We lay in the cell, lay around all day. They give us breakfast in the morning. We can go to chapel and hold hands if we want to go to chapel. We can go, if you want to go to the gym, we can go out on the yard. If you want to play basketball, we can do that together. Then we come back in, we go to lunch. One of us might go to the library, just come back. Maybe they have computers. I might want to get on and work on my associate's degree in medical coding and billing, despite the fact that ain't nobody gonna ever let me in no credit card numbers. But still, after that, we go get a snack from the commissary. Then they call lights off, but you can either go to the movie or you can stay in general population, all with the person that you love. Y'all bullshitting, bitch. That don't sound like a better setup. And it actually sounds a hell of a lot better than how many of y'all hoes living. Quiet as it's kept, honey. Baby, 3 hots in a cot. I ain't got no more sheets. Oh, don't worry, the state got it. Baby, where I'm gonna get my next meal from? Child, the state, don't worry about it. The state ain't never not fed us. Sounds pretty good to me. Now, I ain't gonna holler, sign me up. But honey, it sounds like a low-level resort in the Dominican Republic, and some of y'all on vacation there before. Don't pull it. Don't pull it. It's a bitch out there struggling right now that's listening to my voice, that's thinking about doing check fraud right now just to end up in damn jail. Bitch, don't pull it. Do not pull it, baby. 3 hots in a cot under a federal roof. Baby, that sound, listen. Especially if they got Martha Stewart in there cooking too. Oh, baby. We all the way in and down to that damn thing. Oh my God. So listen, guys, it's funny because this is just me being on the cruise, not staying on top of my business for whatever the case may be. And so I didn't even know Tezlyn was coming on the show tonight until I got the flyers and stuff from Oliver and Michelle. And then I posted on Instagram, oh guys, tonight Tez gonna be in the show. I'm thinking the intention of Tezlyn coming on the show is for us to chop it up and do some political stuff, y'all. Now I got to treat this heifer like one of the black women that come on with their businesses, because Tezlyn she ain't came over here for all that today or whatever. She came to talk about her business and her program that she got going on. But I said, wait a minute now. You can't get out of here talking about the program without us getting into some of the stories. So we're going to get into the stories and whatnot. But I want to bring to the stage our girl, fellow member of the Funky Bunch, Miss Tezlyn Figaro. Tezlyn!
Yes. Hello. My lighting is terrible, but we're going to make it work.
That's all right, baby. Long as your voice is strong, to hell with that damn lightning.
I know that's right. Hey, Funky Bunch. So glad to be back.
Tez, it's so good to see y'all. Y'all, me and Tezlyn have been fostering a friendship ever since the last time she was on the show. And when she came to Atlanta sometime recently, we met up at Ruth's Chris, me, her, and Pretty Place. We had us a good old time chopping it up, talking mess, talking politics. It's always a good time when you talk to Tez. So Tez, I don't even know. I know what we're getting ready to talk about. And I think the perfect segue into us talking about your boot camp, I want to play the Fox News clip, because the Fox News clip, you end with saying, get involved with your local government, so on and so forth. And I think it's a great segue. Would you agree into what we're about to talk about?
And then I want to give you some flowers on something. So after you play that, I want to give you some flowers. Okay,
let me play this, y'all. Listen, y'all. Y'all got to see the way Tezlyn had the audacity to take her rude, disrespectful ass over there to Fox News and get them people together so nice, nasty, but eloquent and classy based on their own network and use them people on airwaves against them. Okay? Take a look at this. Let me get it up on the screen. Y'all take a look at this interview.
Straight Shot No Chaser podcast joins us now. All right, Tezlyn, these people spray painting, burning, keying, defacing, vandalizing. Is that good energy for the Democrats that are going to get channeled into midterm victories?
I don't know. I want to be honest with you, Jesse. In 2020, protesters were after the George Floyd protests. They were called savages and thugs. So let's go ahead and call them savages and thugs. And where are their fathers? And these must be single parent homes. That's important to me. I want to be real clear because, as you know, I advocate in the Black community, and the Black community certainly wasn't out there. So it is what it is.
Yeah, these are crazy white liberals. A lot of them, for some reason, are older white women or transgender activists. And I don't know what kind of families they came from, but whatever happened there, it's a major problem. What are the Democrats saying about these people? They're not really condemning them.
Well, they've already told you they're rolling over and playing dead. James Carville put an article out a couple of weeks ago and several times that said, let's just let it all play out. So they have no issue with the protests. We've also seen protests on the right, Jesse, if we want to be honest. People have been at protests, getting arrested, getting tased, so everything is kind of going crazy, to be quite honest with you.
Well, I haven't seen this type of widespread national public vandalism with Molotov cocktails. I haven't seen that on the right. Maybe I'm just not dialed into the news cycle, Tezlyn. But can you point to any?
You didn't see it? You didn't see it when they stormed the Capitol?
I saw that.
You missed that day?
I saw that, but
okay.
I haven't seen. Trust me, we saw that over and over and over again for 2 years, and then the Democrats lost on January 6th. But how is this impacting, do you think, the next election? Because people don't like this. People don't like seeing random cars terrorized.
Okay, well, again, this is what the left has to do in order to get the community on board. I'm going to be quite honest with you. The Black community has set out. They basically said, you guys figure it out. The Bernie Sanders, the AOCs, the far left, you guys can figure it out. Black folks like myself, we're organizing our community in our own way. I'm training people literally every day on how to run for office, how to run for local office, state office, how to work on campaigns, how to organize and activate in our own communities. So to be quite honest with you, I don't have an answer. I think more chaos is to come. I think as people continue to get laid off on their jobs, people continue to get upset, they're going to cause more chaos. And the left has told you that they are literally they're rolling over and playing dead. They're absolutely not going to tell people to stop. So there's more to come. So just buckle up.
Real quick, who do you like as your nominee in 28?
Nobody.
No one yet?
No one now and then. I want people to run for state and local office. I want us to stop being so obsessed about federal positions and run for your local school board, run for your city commissioner, run for your mayor. And if Democrats don't get on that same page, they're going to have a problem, and they'll never be able to have a bench for somebody running on the federal level.
All right, Tezlyn, I love you. Great to see you. Have a great night.
Guys, when I tell you, Tez, the way you redirected his ass everywhere you needed to go to deliver your message needs to be studied. And with that being said, Tez, tell the people what you hear, because you're really big on local is where it happens. Local government is where it happens. Let's talk to the people about why we hear love.
Okay. Now, let me say this, and thank you for showing that. I want to say this because I've been waiting to tell you this, and I said I'm going to tell you on air. We talked about last time about, I'm not getting involved in politics, not really involved in politics. But when you talked about the crews, when you said that now that I see their faces, now that I know what they look like, I now have to redirect how I'm engaging, the things I think about. You literally named your demographic. You talked about, the age of the woman, the demographic, her money, all of those things. Welcome to politics. See, there's something about seeing the face of who you're actually advocating for. And it doesn't matter if you're doing it in politics. It doesn't matter if you're doing it in pop culture. You said, now I can't just, sit around and just kind of say whatever because you've always been talking to a phone. But I want you to know that that's actually spiritual. The Bible talks about seeing the faces of those. So once you've seen the face, this is the things that get you motivated to get involved. These are the things when I talk about people being laid off on the federal level. I see my mother's face, who died at 62, who, really wanted her job at the state of Oklahoma and did not have, an opportunity to live out her dreams. I see the faces of my grandfather that worked at the post office. When you think about 300,000 Black people who are on schedule to lose their job on the federal level, I can't help to see their faces. So I was glad that you said that you recognized that. And I wanted to say it in front of your folks, that by him seeing you, by saying, I see you, that is what motivates people to be in politics. It's not having a background in politics. It's not having a lot of experience in politics. It is the passion to know that you have their heart in your hand. We can kiki, we can talk, but people are depending on you to be able to use your voice. People are depending on you, Funky, even when they say in the comments like tonight, I need a lighthearted night. I need you to take me here. I need an escapism, or can you talk about this or that? I pay real close attention. And when you say, what do you want me to talk about tonight? Look at the diversity of what people are talking about. They're depending on you. So you've been elected. Somebody in the comments, turn to your neighbor and say, you've been elected and selected to represent the Funky Bunch. So I wanted to tell you that, because that is what I do.
And it's not it's a job that I don't take lightly. I love the Funky Bunch. And I love how you tied the activism and the politics into what I'm doing. And you softly got me coming around, because now I'm feeling like, okay, my responsibility to the Funky Bunch needs to be to my people as a whole. And maybe I do need to get more active in this political bullshit.
Yeah, where you are, whether you recognize it or not. So my class, Politics Until Something Happens, my job is to show you what that something is. That something may be people in the comments. I call them the comment caucus. It may just be clicking like. It may be leaving a comment. It may be sharing something. It may be advocating on behalf of, like you did today, on behalf of, let's really get into Black women and get into why Black men are doing this. Or, Funky, it may simply be just you talking about an everyday story. That is the something. What I want people to understand is everybody's something doesn't look the same. Everybody's something doesn't look the same. So when you talk about politics until something happens, my training talks about if you think you want to run for office, if you think you want to work on a campaign, everybody doesn't want to run for office. If you think you want to be an activist, which is advocating for something, screaming for something, or if you want to be an organizer, which is get people in the room, you are an organizer, whether you like it or not. People are not spending thousands of dollars to get on a cruise to have a funky Dineva experience, and we not call that organizing. The question is, what do you organize that to do? And it may not be to vote for somebody. I want people to get out of this. It got to be to vote for somebody. It may not be to vote for somebody. It may just be, hey, y'all, I just want y'all to have this information so you can run with it. I call them my co-teachers in the comments. I just want you to have a different point of view. When we're on this microphone, Funky, whether people get it or not, there's power in this microphone. So you are an organizer and an activist, whether you like it or not. When you've been chosen for a certain group of work, these people ain't just following you for nothing. The 300 people that you're looking at on this video came from all over the country in Atlanta. They came from New York. They came from New Jersey. They came from Houston. They came from Cleveland. Every age demographic. I can't play on these people's time. They're expecting me to, go to Fox News. And even though y'all not talking about Black people, I'm going to talk about Black people. And in case y'all didn't see what I put down, I was being very strategic and saying when Black people was out there protesting, you was calling us thugs. So go on and go call them white folks thugs. I need you to say it. Call the white liberal thugs. And I was being a voice for people that saying we ain't, and you said on this pod, like, hey, we doing where them fans at. We gonna let y'all white folks figure this out. That was the message that I was doing. So anytime we're on the microphone and we're paying attention to the comments and we're engaging, that is called activism. That is called organizing. So this training, it's over 5 courses. The first course is really understanding roles and responsibilities. Just under having an idea of where do I fit in or where do I think I might fit in. It's virtual online. I do it every year with hundreds of people, Funky, but I had to do it virtually because I just can't be in every place at every time. I'm going to law school in the fall at FAMU Law.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I can't be everywhere at one time. So this is virtual. It's very affordable. It's a 2-hour interactive class with me. It's just $50. So look at it as $25 an hour, but you actually get course curriculum. There's course materials in there now. There's quizzes. And then after we actually do the live training, you have access to that forever. So if you can't actually be at the training on June 14th in the Zoom with me, no worries. If you purchase the course, you have access to it forever. It's 5 courses. The first one is We Are Soldiers, and that's really showing you your roles and responsibilities. The second one is called I'm trying to remember. I remember myself. Let me look it up, honey. I done forgot myself. The second one goes into actually talking about after we do roles and responsibility. Course 2 is ambition of a rider. My course names are even very different. This is talking about coalition building. What you have here at the Funky Bunch is coalition building. It's not just people who are coming to the cruise, but how are they continuing to build with each other? When I look at your comments before I come in, you have 200 or 300 people that are already in the comments saying, hey guys, it's me again. Where y'all been? Where we at? What that is called coalition building. You have a coalition, whether you like it or not, Funky. This is just what it is and what God has blessed you with. The third thing is thinking of a master plan. How do you plan? What do you actually do now with this coalition? Do I plan a cruise? Do I send a certain message? Do I get them on board? How do we activate? Is my job just, and talking about you, is my job just to encourage them to just keep bringing resources like Tezlyn on, that type of stuff? What's the actual plan? After that, we talk about stand on business. This is critically important. Course 4, stand on business. A lot of times people don't understand the legal, the compliance, keeping your ass out of jail, making sure you don't crash out, Shannon Sharp. You know, all of those things in standing on business is important. And then the 5th thing is show me your opponent, where I tie all those things together, because you need to know who your opponent is. Your opponent may not be a candidate or a campaign. It may just be the very thing that you are for. There's something that is against it. And so understanding what that is and how you operate. So there's 5 courses. I tell people, take the first one, check it out, see if you like it, and then stay on board. And then, Funky, I'll do some specialized courses where people want to know, how do you debate? How do you, a commentator? How does the media, how do you get the media, to work in your favor, whether it's your business or whatever it is? So some specialty courses, but these fundamental courses, guys, are critically important to say, what do I want to do in my community? We know we can't depend on the Republicans. We see the Democrats are rolling over and playing dead. So this is, you know what? I just want to know what I can do with my time, whether that's a Target protest, whether that is, I'm going to get 50 people in the room and we're going to figure out who got a generator and who got water and who got canned good. This course really does break that down for you on how to organize.
So Tezlyn, let me stop you for a minute. What's the link? People are already in the chat asking, what is the link?
Yes, absolutely. TezlynFigaro.com. So it is my name, TezlynFigaro.com. When you go to the website, it's the first thing that pops up. And then you can also click on push the line training, and you can enroll, right there. I encourage people to please go ahead, purchase the course. I have integrity, so you're going to get the course, but I do want people to not assume that they can just wait until June, because if I have too many people that sign up, I may have to do a second one, because I want to make sure people have access, to me to be able to ask questions and so forth.
And listen, guys, it's $50. You know what I'm saying? Especially think of it this way. These are the types of courses, just for some of you guys, the types of things that you can listen to while you're driving, that you can put into your ears while you're cleaning up and just kind of listen to it passively over and over and over again until it kind of seeps into your subconscious. And it's just an investment of $50, guys. So go on over there. Y'all know we love running up Tezlyn's business and whatnot, because we really mess with Tezlyn. And Tez, before we get into some topics and whatnot, is there anything more you want to say on the course, and what else you got over there at TezlynFigaro.com?
To the sister that's saying, I thought we were resting. We are resting, but what we can't do is rest in our own community. So I'm not asking you to try to go out Trump or sitting up here talking about the federal level. What I'm talking about is having understanding for what you can do in your community right now. And your community does not mean necessarily politically activated. It may be your family. So you can sit up and rest, or you can at least have some organization skills on what it is that you need to do. And I do want to say this, guys, because it's very important to me. I have a master's in adult education. So I wrote this curriculum myself. I'm not just making this up as I go. I've worked on 20 plus campaigns on the local, the state, and the federal level. I was a racial justice director for Bernie Sanders in 2015, the only Black person on the ground that delivered Michigan for Bernie Sanders. I've been crisis comm and the senior public policy advisor for Attorney Benjamin Crump, working on every high profile case for the last 15 years. I'm not saying that to brag, but I'm saying you're getting a lot of game for real. And what a lot of these courses, don't necessarily teach you. It truly is a $1,500 value that I've just made, very simple. And now we can move on with the course. I know you want to get to the topics, but can I just say something on this Shannon Sharp thing? Because I appreciate the commentary you did, and I want to say this on this Shannon Sharp. Ladies, they got your shit together. And I'm saying this because this is your demographic. We up, baby. Lakers in 5. Yes. I want to make sure y'all get another talking point to run in them comments that a lot of these podcasts talk about Black women that get PhDs, Black women that get degrees. You need to be more cooperative. You need to be fit and feminine and cooperative. Well, there's something to be said about women that got their own coin. And I'm saying this because you said the women on your cruise got their own coin, because when they say it don't matter what you bring to the table, turns out it do kind of matter what you bring to the table, because Beyonce would never. Paulette Washington would never. Sam Jackson's wife would never. LeBron's wife would never. So I suggest some of you high value men, you better go get you a woman and sit your ass down somewhere, because at the end of the day, when you need a woman with an opinion that's going to tell you, slow it down. You need you a woman with some mindset that say, I'm not trying to set nobody up, because setting him up will be setting myself up for failure. You need you a woman that know how to put some shit together, because the difference between when Jay-Z, I got to preach to somebody, pardon me, the difference between Jay-Z that had the same attorney that came after him that Shannon Sharp had, you know what the difference was, Funky? Her name was Beyonce Knowles. Did you hear what I said? I said the difference between Shannon Sharp and Jay-Z was Mr. Knowles, Mr. Carter, because what you wasn't going to do is take down the dynasty. See, that's why Jay-Z got slapped on that elevator. See, what you not going to do is be running out here reckless, running around here, running up in any and everything, because we got $1 billion on the elevator. So to the sisters that's listening to the podcast, bros, y'all better go tell them we up, Lakers in 5. You better get you somebody with a PhD, with a GD, with an MD, with a something, with a D on the back of it, baby, because we would never. You ain't seen us in Nan scandal talking about none of this bullshit. So the real lesson that I want y'all to get, and the women need to hear this, the real lesson is everything you work for that they trying to shame you on, everything that you work for. Oh yes, we definitely resting, sisters. We ain't standing up for that shit, and we ain't standing up on this Trump shit. But what I'm trying to tell you in politics is we still got our babies to look after. We still got our communities to look after. We still got to be involved in our school board. We can't rest, but we can kind of rest just a little bit on that white shit. But I had to let the sisters know that y'all up 1 for sure, baby. We Lakers in 5. Y'all better get y'all a woman that got something to lose.
I love it.
Y'all woman that got something to lose. Is that not true, Funky? That makes it.
It's absolutely true, and it's funny because I said in my video too, one of the biggest, one of the biggest things about this white woman, black woman athlete thing is that a black woman is going to love you to your core, down to your bone marrow. That white woman, you were nothing more than a commodity to her. You weren't, because a black woman would have never, we don't even think to be recording phone calls and all that type of stuff, because I ain't got no plans on doing nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? Right. You my man, my baby's father. I'm not gonna get you your football career, your basketball career.
And I ain't doing me like that. I ain't doing me like that. Because according to the data, black women's held down the community. So while y'all running around saying I need black women to be more cooperative, that white girl over there cooperating with the DA. Did you hear what I said? I said she over there cooperating with the DA. So how much cooperating y'all want? I just want to know, do y'all want the broke bum or do y'all want the woman that got her coins? That's what I'm confused. Which one y'all want?
At the end of the day, they always revert back to the trope, the mean, scary, big black man in the alley. At the end of the day, when they get mad, that is what you become.
That's it.
When they get mad, black men, y'all don't forget, if y'all don't go to TezlynFigaro.com and sign up for the course, we always like to bless, listen, when we have our pastors and our preachers come through from other churches and come preach, we got to put a little something in the offering for them. So y'all please put a little something in Tez Cash out. But I wanted to hit this. Shut your goddamn mouth.
Thank you for letting me say that, because I had to uplift them women, because they down us so much, Funky. You know, they talk about you gonna be by yourself. You're gonna die along with the dog. Well, guess what? My dog will be real. I got a daughter, and I'm in a relationship, but I'm still speaking to the point when they say you gonna die alone. Well, baby, I ain't gonna die in shame. That's for damn sure. The dog gonna be proud of his own honey, because my legacy gonna be on point. So I just want women to know that, because they shame us so bad for trying to get our shit together. And I just want you ladies to know that, because Funky said that was a demographic that you guys are. So thank you for I know you want to get to the other stories.
Yes, I love it. So you suggested 2 stories I want to get your opinion on. And the first one is the DEI rollbacks that are hitting schools. Let me read a little excerpt, guys. Campus mentors, move-in events, scholarships, diversity offices that made them feel welcomed on predominantly white campuses. Hold on, what's the first sentence? Oh, as U.S. college pull back on diversity, equity, inclusion practices, students of color say they are starting to lose all of those things and more. At U.S. colleges, pullbacks on diversity, equity, and inclusion practices, students of color say they are starting to lose these things. The full scope of campus DEI rollbacks is still emerging as colleges respond to the Trump administration order against diversity and practices, but students at some schools said early cuts are chipping away at the sense of community that helped open the door to higher education. And Tezlyn, before we jump into this, I have to say this out loud. It holds true for me, and I imagine many other students who went to predominantly white institutions, better known as PWIs. The Black Student Union is the whole reason for my success, my survival. When you went to Florida State University during the time that I went, we had 38,000 students, and of the 38,000 students, we were either in the single digits or the very small double digits of Black students. Literally, your entire Black existence at Florida State was a tentacle of the Black Student Union, because the Black Student Union came and got you as a freshman. And then, you know, if you wanted to pledge, somebody from all the fraternities and sororities, they held e-board positions in the Black Student Union. You learned leadership, you learned camaraderie. If you wanted to be an AKA, you went and talked to that AKA. They made sure you got on the e-board the next year, and then you did the same. It was our own little Black Tulsa on the campus of Florida State University. And I'm sure that same ecosystem it is at other colleges and universities. And that's just a small example of diversity initiatives, not to mention there was another program at Florida State called the CARE program, where a lot of my good friends came in through. It was for people who were first generation college students or, you know, people of color. And all of my friends from college were in that program. And if it was not for that program and those friends in the Black Student Union, baby, I would not be Funky Dineva, who got his degree in economics when he went down to Florida State University. So for me to think that I wouldn't have had the experience that I had because of some dickhead dictator like Donald Trump in office, it does something. It's soul crushing for me, because the Black Student Union was my entire existence at Florida State. I'm gonna pass it on over to you.
Thank you for saying that. There's one or two things we can say. You know what? I've already got my degree. I got mine, so I'm moving on. Or we can have what we call empathy, which is people struggle with empathy deficit disorder and not think about the ones that come behind you. So thank you for saying that. And so people say, well, what can we do about it? We can't control Trump. You're absolutely right. And I don't want people to feel hopeless in every way. So my suggestion to this is, because we don't know what this is going to look like, those organizations that you're talking about, you know, whether it's a National Association of Black Journalists, you know, getting rid of anything that has Black, whether it's NAACP or Urban. The reason why I'm talking about these things in my training is to teach people how to organize outside of that. So if they don't allow it on the campus, that don't mean we can't have it off the campus. Amen. The unions that used to hide in the back in the Underground Railroad, we still gonna get somebody doing something up in here. So we can sit back and be discouraged by it. But I want to encourage people that until they figure it out on the federal level, because we can't do what we can do. But what I don't want people to do is just totally give up and not at least think about, hey, y'all, if we can't meet over there, then honey, we can meet at the Luby's. If we can't meet, we still can be the Black whatever we gonna be, and we can figure it out. The three things that I talk about on Revolt.
I see what you just did there. I see what you just did. No, I see how you still took it back to your program and slid it in there. Don't treat me like no Fox News bitches. You ain't got to trick me into talking about it. Go ahead.
But it's so important, because everything has to do with that. And the three things that I talk about on Revolt, what I'm saying, the first thing I want people to do in this moment is save, you know, try to save your money, look at where you can, little things, Funky, that people don't even realize. Like I tell people I order my groceries through my Instacart because they give you digital coupons. So a lot of time nobody's sitting around clipping coupons anymore, but a lot of time I might get 2 for 1, little things like that. So I talk about
Never knew.
You never knew. And I tell people do that. Like, it's free to order it. I get all types of coupons. You know, people like, oh wow, I had a lady tell me, I never thought about that. I've been divorced. You know, I just got divorced. My husband did everything. Thank you, Tezlyn. So I talk about that and say, second thing I talk about is stacking together, merging. You and I, what we're doing right now is merging my podcast with your podcast. How do we both benefit each other? Bring businesses together. If I got PR, offer PR services, you are PR. How can we connect? How can we be Starbucks and Barnes and Nobles on a small scale and Shaq? The third thing I talk about is secure. One, I talk about securing the permit because I believe when crime goes up, when the economy goes down, crime goes up. So I believe in 2A. And then the second thing with secure is secure our organizations, secure your podcasters. Thank you guys for the cash apps that you're sending. That matters because I'm out here crashing out. So I can't just go straight up. Like, I can't go get a job in corporate America. Funky Dineva can't get a job in corporate, but they would never, because when they see all the things we say, all the things we do. So secure the people that you rock with and secure those organizations, those nonprofits. If you just have $50 extra money, you saying, okay, I'm gonna give $5, you know, over here. I'm gonna give $10 over here, $5 to help this student organization. Those are the things that matter. So guys, I want you to be encouraged when you see those types of stories, and don't just say, oh man, they're taking it all away. Let's figure out how we can keep it going and help those babies.
I love that. I love that. And you know what, guys, this is the type of information, if you have any tie to any on-campus organizations, your kids go, you know, your fraternity or sorority, we got to pass this type of information down the pipeline so these kids are not sitting on campus full of anxiety about things being taken away while they're there to secure their degrees. Tell us, in the vein of what's going on college campuses, I want to talk about this man finna have everybody broke as all hell because student loan borrowers in default face garnished wages, the education department says. Tez, why did you choose this story for us to talk about and discuss today?
Well, I choose it not to be depressing, guys, but it is important that we prepare. It is important that we prepare. When people in the comments say, I thought we was resting. Well, we resting, but if you got a student loan, they ain't resting on collecting that coin. So I want people to have the information. Guys, I really don't have the answer. We're figuring this out together. I usually, with my student loans, I have income deferment. Or usually when I go take another course, that usually stops the payment. So I'm just trying to give people game. If that means you might need to go take your little community course somewhere or do whatever, you know, you give them the hookup all the time on how to, that one time when you told them how to not pay the rent for 6 8 months. So like, we got to figure out ways so that people are not getting their checks garnished. So people that are not getting, and if people are, then you need to figure out 10, 20 people in your community. Y'all need to do a rent party. Like we used to do back in the day, put $20 in the hat. So I wanted to choose this because I wanted people to understand this is happening whether we're saying we're resting or not. This is happening whether we singing boots on the ground or not. So I just want people to just have a little bit of information because most of us that went to any type of college had some type of student loan. So my trick to the trade, what I've always done, because I'm a die with my student loans, and I don't have no problem. Yeah, I ain't got no problem. Is income deferment, but I don't know if they're changing that because from my understanding, they even stopped those applications. So I don't know what's happening on that. But one thing that I've always done is, honey, go enroll in you a little course. Get you a little course or something like that. And while you're in school, they don't charge for that loan. I don't know if that's still going to be true, but I wanted people to at least have the information, so that you can start preparing. What's your advice? Because you always got a way of getting around something. What's your advice?
It's so funny. My thing was, I just always told them I wasn't working. Yeah. And the craziest thing about the federal government is, for whatever reason, Sally Mae and IRS, their computers don't talk. Or whatever, because my entire existence, I've just always, and telling them you not working is the best, because then you ain't got to do no income repayment paperwork. You ain't got to do none of that. I just simply told them hoes I wasn't working. Yeah. And that's how I was able to successfully let me tell y'all something, baby. I graduated college in 2005. I probably made 1 year's worth of student loan payments and made those late. And baby, another 20-something years went by and I didn't make no payments. I finally started paying on them. Only because when I started trying to move and shake in this world, $40,000 in loans are now $66,000 on my credit report. And I'm like, okay, while it's cute saying I'm not paying it, this thing is stacking up and stacking up and stacking up. And it's like, okay, I got to do something. So I just decided, even though, I mean, I got the money right now in this shoebox to pay the thing off, but the interest rate on it is so low, it wouldn't make sense for me to give those people all my cash. But, and that's another point that we need to pass on, guys. Do not be in a rush to pay your student loans off. It costs you almost nothing to carry that debt. All right. So if you got $40,000 in cash sitting somewhere, if you can invest that money and make more than what it's costing you to carry the student loan debt, then it makes more sense for you to invest the money than to give it to Sally Mae. That's just some accounting, finance, economics game. So I'm just paying on it. I got this $660 payment, but it's so funny because I'll never forget when I graduated college and I was struggling and the shit was all in default. I always said, God, I don't mind paying it just as long as you bless me with the money to pay it. You know what I'm saying? It's so funny because the psychology behind not making those student loan payments, bitch, if I got to eat or if I got to struggle or not be able to live my life to give y'all $500 and now, bitch, I'm going to keep my money. I already got the degree. So there's really no real recourse and my credit's already bad. Don't talk to nobody with bad credit about paying no student loan back. They really don't give a damn.
Right.
But nevertheless, now that they finna start garnishing y'all hoes, we might be singing a whole nother
different tone. Yeah. So for me, I've always done either loan deferment or I've always been in some type of course. So I've kind of skate by, with that for several years, or making a minimum payment, and it always stays green. I don't let it go to default. So as long as I don't let it go to default, it hasn't affected my credit. It hasn't stopped me from getting houses, cars, credit cards, things like that. So even if you make it an arrangement for $50 a month and you just stay on top of that, I just want people to just, at least if nothing else, start having the conversation. Just start knowing that it's happening and it's coming. I don't know if those programs are still going to be in play, but I just want people to know about it because it's been trending all week and it's expected to happen in a couple of weeks. Not next year, but in a couple of weeks. I love it. Tezlyn Figaro, everybody. Don't forget, if you want to sign up for some of Tezlyn courses and all that good stuff she got going on, the virtual course is only $50, and I encourage each and every one of y'all to do it. Even if you don't get the information for yourself, get it for your mammy, get it for your cousin, your neighbor, your children, or your co-worker, because God damn it, somebody in the community got to organize. Tezlyn and Tamika can't do it all by themselves. And last but not least, y'all, if y'all have not blessed my sister in her Cash App collection plate, y'all know we love when Tezlyn stops by. That is her Cash App. I'm going to leave it up throughout the remainder of the show. And y'all be sure to bless our sister with, we really like 20s. We like 20s. We really like, we'll take 5s and 10s and 1s, but we really like 20s. Tezlyn, I appreciate you guys. It just brings me to tears. I have never been on a show where people have given me cash out. You guys were the absolute first, and I was just blown away. I've been doing this 18 years, and I've never asked for anything. I've always just been hustle. But I can just tell you now, Funky, you know how hard it is to try to scale up and add more staff and do more. My daughter's going to Prairie View in August, my only child, and I'm going back to school. So it really does help, guys. So thank you so much. Thank you for having me, and thank you for blessing me. And I look forward to we got you booked next month to come on your show. Perfect. Yes. Nice. I can't wait. Tezlyn Figaro, everybody. I'll talk to you later, Tez. All right. Peace. All right, bye. Woo! Y'all better thank Tezlyn ass bitch, because I was high and my edible kicked in and that heifer know she could talk. She carried them 30 minutes until I sobered up a little bit. Do Jesus. Look at God. He does exist. Oh my God. I just love when Tezlyn comes on the show. My spirit feels so invigorated. And we always, one thing I like about Tez, she come on and we always leave with some practical information that we could touch, or we leave with some talking points that make us sound more smart than what we really is when we got to talk to people at work. I just love that about Tezlyn Figaro. And guys, she even said one of her courses was debate and talking points and whatnot. So y'all going over to get that information for them $50. Y'all, let's get into two funny more stories before we get out of here. And this first one has to do with y'all buying them counterfeit ass purses off the streets of New York that y'all seem to be so happy about. But catch these teas. There is a group of foreign gentlemen selling purses on the streets of New York when somebody yelled out police, and the way the whole street scrambled. Take a look at this.
Oh. I want to see Chanel though.
Chanel?
Yeah.
Chanel? What do you want?
Chanel?
Oh, come on.
Chanel?
Yeah.
Which one?
Look, Chanel, this one.
Ooh.
Where the handle? Oh, there it's inside.
Ooh.
Watch this, y'all.
Chanel. Let me see the back.
Oh,
police?
Police?
Okay, have it?
Police?
Oh, why you grabbed it from me?
Police?
Oh. 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 What's going on? What the fuck? Close the shop. Close the shop. Close the store.
Baby, the
Oh my
whole
God, poor
street.
people. What's going on?
Baby, wagons coming
What the
from
fuck?
everywhere.
He got one. He got one.
And they found some purses on the street.
Wait, let me get one. Let me get one. She got the Louis. We got the Louis Prada.
So look, guys, like, I'm not gonna make any assumption about those girls' socioeconomic status, but I didn't know they sold like I always hear them about, oh, they go get the bags from New York off the side of the street. But I didn't know that like they be going and getting them like that for real. Like New York, y'all really are like the fake bag capital of the world. Wow. And again, I'm not gonna make no assumptions about those girls' socioeconomic status, but they definitely were signaling that, they, might be a little middle with it or whatever, can definitely go to Bloomingdale's and buy them a little piece of pocketbook. So, like the business girlies and the rich girlies be coming down to New York like they getting them bags off the street like that. Do they be good bags? See, I'm gonna be real with you. Now that the jig is up, okay, oh baby, 150 me. Now that the jig is up, 150 me. And the only thing that's gonna mess me up is the fact that I wear designer shoes. Yeah, I'm not getting no fake shoes to go on my doggone feet that's gonna tear up on me and give me podiatry problems. I wish I was one of those bag carrying gays, because it would have been 150 me all day long. It would have been 150 me all day long. Unfortunately, many of the designer things that I like to wear, I'm not willing to buy them counterfeit. But baby, if I was all into them bags and stuff, it's gonna be 150 me just for a little bit. Anyway, one last story, guys. Speaking of bags and whatnot, Karlie Redd ass went to jail, breaking into her ex-boyfriend, ex-husband, soon-to-be ex-husband house, trying to get her stuff. According to court documents, Karlie Redd has been arrested and charged with first-degree burglary. Rumors suggest the home she allegedly broke into belongs to her ex-husband. She's been ordered to avoid any direct contact with him except during the court battle. Where are the love and hip hop cameras when you need them? State of Georgia versus Carlee Lewis. First degree burglary, bitch. Let me tell you something. When the bitch say first degree burglary, it's giving me ski mask, dressed in all black like the Omen, flashlight, breaking in somebody's house. Somebody got harmed. Somebody got knocked over the head with a flashlight. Like, my God, and do Jesus, Carlee, what is you all? Ooh, Carlee girl. Remember how Jocelyn said, ooh, Carlee girl. Okay, like Carlee. Oh, somebody say, what's her age? Let's see if it's on the papers. Fuck her age. What is her makeup shade? To hell with her age. What is her makeup shade? To hell with her age. What is her makeup shade? Okay, that's what we need to be concerned about. But let me see what if her age on him. No, the age ain't on there. Just the date of the felony, which is 1/13/2005. Anyway, y'all, we had an amazing show tonight. I'm going to definitely cut up the Tezlyn Figaro part. Let me see what other stories are worth cutting up. Oh, last but not least, if you guys don't know, tomorrow, my red outfit that I know and love. It made its debut on the We Sound Crazy podcast. And my episode will be debuting tomorrow. And here is just a snippet of some of what's going on. Let me tell you guys something. So Phil Thornton has been a friend of mine for many, many years now. Phil Thornton was one of the driving forces and producers of R&B Divas. He produced the Luther Vandross documentary. He is a music executive in the music business. One of Phil's biggest attributes or accomplishments was assisting artists who the label was saying, oh, they haven't recouped their money. They haven't recouped their money from a CD from 1997. That he was very instrumental in helping Black artists just get that account zeroed out so they could start making money off of their royalties. He's a really good friend of mine. He and some other buddies in the music business, they have a podcast called We Sound Crazy. And this is the first time I've ever been invited to do an interview, guys, where it wasn't like messy tea, gossip, shade. And that is not how I was expected to show up and what I was expected to deliver. This go around, it got to be me shooting the shit with the boys, talking all things that I know and love, which is music. So get into here's a snippet of some of what we did over there.
We actually played a game to play a song, and then I'm gonna cut it off within the first 3 seconds. Yeah. But you got to tell me the name of the artist and the song title. Okay. I'm about to play literally the first maybe 2 seconds.
Baby Be Mine, Mickey Howard. I've been trying to tell myself I don't need you. Take it, guys. I was a walking jukebox. Catch this next one.
As soon as you heard the first chord.
Right. Number 2.
Mary J. Blige. You gotta believe. Mary J. Blige and R. Kelly. You gotta believe. They come back. Walking jukebox. Here's one more clip, guys. That's hilarious. Lauryn Hill has successfully committed the biggest heist that will ever be known to man. This heifer is running around, still showing up late, taking all y'all money off of one CD from 1997. No, ma'am. No, that lady ain't gave us no new music worth a damn since 1997, and she's still getting y'all money.
Yeah. I love Lauryn Hill.
I love
Miss Lauryn Hill. But tell me that's not a scam. That's the biggest. That one seat, because that unplugged and guys, I'll just play. Last but not least, I'll play you guys the trailer.
Ooh, we can't play this one because this one is real messy.
He's an actor. He's a pop culture expert. Ladies and gentlemen, I call him Q. Y'all call him Funky Dineva. Make some noise.
Hey, what's going on, fella? We got to talk. Y'all be going for viral moments over here. I don't be like it. Trying to get a viral moment.
Why Patti LaBelle wasn't in that jacket? Y'all did Phil wrong. Y'all did put the camera on Phil ass. Y'all did Patti LaBelle wrong.
And you don't like them from a deep place. And that's Kelly Price for me. Like, baby, she couldn't sell me no damn popcorn. Kelly Price can sell me shit.
This is why the show's called We Sound Crazy.
This is exactly why.
One gotta go. I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Gladys ass gotta go.
What? What up, y'all? It's Funky Dineva, and you can catch me on the next episode of We Sound Crazy.
We Sound Crazy.
Ooh.
Y'all, I just love what I do. The interview drops tomorrow. You can go to the We Sound Crazy. You can check one of the videos on my Instagram to get to their page. Click the link in their bio to get to it. That One Gotta Go game is really funny because we were talking about the new Queens tour with Gladys Knight, Shaka Khan, Patti LaBelle, and Stephanie Mills. And we were playing One Gotta Go out of them. And I'm the one who said Gladys had to go. And the conversation that followed was just so robust and so funny. This interview is literally just y'all getting a look at kind of the conversations me and my music business friends have where we just sitting around talking and being creative. So y'all check out We Sound Crazy tomorrow. And y'all check me out tomorrow. Bye.